Well, I don't know about you. I'm glad that's over. The Denver Nuggets escape with the win over the Los Angeles Lakers, 131-126 in the game. That honestly, you just have to be glad that you got through it. It was a horrible game, horrible process, horrible defense, horrible effort. Players are fatigued. Malone is currently in the post-game press conference yelling. He's crumpling up paper, throwing it in the trash, saying you got to throw the game away. The Nuggets know they didn't play well today. They know they didn't do enough today. They know they didn't do this, and that. I mean, you name it, up and down. Overall, they got the victory. They won. Because you rather not be happy about a win than be angry about a loss. Trust me. Now the Nuggets, they are square in the 2 seed. We'll talk about a little things with this game overall. Oh boy. Man, the Nuggets are in an interesting place. Y'all know what time it is. Swipe a game. Let's get it. The Denver Nuggets beat the Los Angeles Lakers 131-126, and in a game that Austin Reeves was incredible. Dalton Knecht was incredible. Almost did enough to beat a fully healthy, a fully present Denver Nuggets team tonight. Shout out Austin Reeves, had his first career triple-double versus Denver the end of the 21-22 season. They showed highlights today. I remember watching that game very diligently. That was the Jokic ending out that great season that he had. Austin Reeves tonight, 37 points, 13 assists, and 4 steals, 8 rebounds. Luka Doncic kind of game tonight for Austin Reeves. He's even in his minutes. He honestly gave the Denver Nuggets a lot of issues on a lot of different plays. Got a strip on Nikola Jokic as well to help put them up 3. Great game from Reeves. Dalton Knecht, 13 of 27 tonight, 32 points, 5 of 13 from 3. Again, minus 10 in his minutes, but he still played a really good game. Christian Koloko with a plus 13. Shake Milton with a plus 10 off the bench. They were getting some real scoring. Even Jordan Goodwin tonight started 2 of 3 from 3, hit some big shots in this game as well. The Lakers shot 15 of 40, 37.5% from the 3, and they shot 13 of 16, 81.3% from the free throw line, 46% from the field. The Nuggets, on the other hand, they shot 52% from the field. They shot 42% from 3. So the game was an offensive game. The Nuggets were shooting very well. The Nuggets were 30 of 38 from the free throw line, 79% from the free throw line. But why were the Lakers in the game? Do tell. Why were they able to stay in the game despite those numbers looking the way to do it? Oh, 20-second chance points for the Lakers. The Lakers without LeBron and Luka Doncic, 62 paint points today. 20-second chance points. And I believe 19 offensive rebounds today for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's how you stay in the game. That's how you stay in the game. And they played with more effort than Denver. They played with more hustle than Denver, at least until money-making time happened. And Jamal Murray absolutely took over the stretch of that fourth quarter, man. Without Jamal Murray doing what he did tonight, Nuggets surely would have lost this game. Jamal Murray, 26 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He played a great second half, specifically a great fourth quarter. Christian Brown, 22 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds today. He was a plus 8, 9 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Nikola Jokic today, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. He was 8 of 16 from the field, but he was 0 of 4 from 3, so he was 8 of 12 from 2 today. 75% from 2, 12 of 17 from the free throw line for 71%. He was a plus 2. Aaron Gordon, 31 minutes, 17.7 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 16. Michael Porter Jr., 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Overall, y'all, Russell Westbrook, 17 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, including the game-winning steal. He was 3-6 from the three-point line as well. So, how to talk about this game? Well, the biggest thing is that this was a March game, very reminiscent of the Denver Nuggets 2 years ago when they lost to the Rockets, they lost to the Spurs, they lost to the Bulls. Oh yeah, the Nets game, and they lost to the Nets as well. Very reminiscent of that game, where those games they just were not playing any defense tonight, any defense to speak about, and they absolutely in the Los Angeles Lakers they made them pay for it. And y'all, like where the season is right now, it's not even like personnel is one thing, but today was just effort, a refusal to do the right things consistently. They had a big lead at one point in time in this game, and then they just started turning the ball over at the end of the third quarter. The Nuggets were up 13 points, and then Russ, who played a really good game, had a horrible close to the third quarter where he had basically 3 live ball turnovers, was kind of jacking shots. Jokic got stripped in the fourth quarter. I mean, there were just several possessions today where the team overall they just didn't take care of the basketball in money time. And that's why the game ended up being as close as it was. And I think that the larger conversation about this team, I think they're clearly beat up. Malone has talked about this, several times at this point. They're dealing with the injuries. Jokic's elbow is still messing with him. The ankle is still messing with him. Porter obviously had the issue he had for the All-Star break. Russ had the injuries. And then Aaron Gordon had the calf issues. No Julian Strawther out of the lineup. Peyton Watson just got back from injuries. I mean, this is going to be a situation where they're going to get towards the end of the season. I think they just need to give them a full week off. Like, whatever the understandings possibly, like, just go take a week, everybody, because you get 5 days off before the start of the playoffs. The week before, maybe even tomorrow, it's a back-to-back. It's a back-to-back, y'all, versus the Washington Wizards. I would honestly be like, look, Jokic, Murray, Porter, go ahead and sit. And we'll figure it out from there. Because this team clearly needs a break. And it's not, again, like I said, the reason why it's not just a personnel issue with the defense, like their rotations have been horrible. Horrible. Like, I think that their effort in the pick and roll, Jokic was super spotty today as a defender in the pick and roll. Even though he had 3 steals all in the pick and roll, like he just wasn't playing aggressive enough. Wasn't containing well enough. You just name it all the way around, man. Like this team, they are kind of out of whack when it comes to doing the things that are important. And let's see here. I'm looking at all the numbers and stuff right now. The Nuggets, they couldn't. They had a 124.8 defensive rating today. Like, that's crazy, y'all. Like, that's asinine. A 124.8 defensive rating today in this game. And whether it was in the paint, whether it was the 3-point line, whether it was switching, whether it was off-ball defense, it's just not together enough. And that's a problem. And if the Nuggets are going to continue to be in a situation like that, where they're just simply not able to lock in defensively and take care of the basketball, then they're going to continue to find themselves in these really bad situations. And the team overall right now, you can just feel it, that their demeanor, the belief, the effort is just not there where it needs to be. And I think some of this is going to be related to where they are in terms of where their bodies are and the injuries and everything else. I think some of this, again, is related to the personnel, but I also think right now, I think they're just kind of tuned out of the stuff that you need to do to be able to win in these spots. And thankfully, they were able to close it out in the second half because, look, CT said it on the timeline. This would have been he said this would have been one of the worst losses in Denver Nuggets history. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. It might, maybe not history, but it definitely would have been in the last several years and of the Jokic era. Because, y'all, the Lakers were down LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Trey Jemison, Maxi Kleber, and they didn't have Dorian Finney-Smith. So, like, high-level rotation players. And they were doing that because they just got off a back-to-back. And so the Nuggets, They kind of were getting an easy situation where you're going to get a chance to play versus a team that clearly just is not going to have it, but they just could not get the job done. And so it's frustrating, obviously, because you want them to be able to close these games out. Now, again, I want to remind people, they did go on a stretch this year, not too long ago, like 3 weeks ago, where they were closing out games so quickly where Jokic wasn't playing in 4 quarters. And so they obviously have had that stretch. But then right after that, that's when they go into their harder season stretch, and they face all kind of defensive coverages. They've had to play different kinds of offensive schemes, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then, they've been dealing with injuries in and out with that while as well, then the travel and everything. They're clearly just in a situation now, I think, where everybody is just trying to get through March. And unfortunately, that's going to lead to performances like this. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I don't think this is going to be the last one that we see from the Denver Nuggets this year. They've already shown the propensity to not be able to lock in consistently defensively in the first half. But I think kind of as we're looking now, the Nuggets, they play versus the Washington Wizards tomorrow, right? And then they play Monday versus the Warriors, Wednesday versus the Lakers, Friday versus the Blazers, the Rockets on Sunday, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So every other day they have a game. Every other day they have a game. So they're going to have to find, like, Warriors especially. This is what I'm saying. Like, I would just go ahead and sit versus the Wizards. You got the Warriors. You got the Lakers. Sit versus the Blazers. You got the Rockets. You can even sit versus them or that Bulls game after that. Then you got the Bucks, or not the Bucks. They're the Bucks. They play the Bucks again? Yeah, they play the Bucks again on the 26th. And then you got the Jazz. I mean, at this point, you just have to find rest for the players that are playing on the roster. I mean, this just is what it is. Because they're not going to be able to take this level of effort they're giving and then move this into April, and then I think be able to sustain itself to have, like, I think you need to be able to recalibrate going into the playoffs. And I think right now we're like right on that teetering point where they're clearly not bought in to what they need to be doing right now. And for people that are saying we're playing weak teams, I'm like, I mean, trust me, I understand now some of that context, but the Blazers were not a weak team. They played the Pacers. Like the Bucks, they lost obviously because of Michael Porter missing shots and all that kind of stuff. But even then, they were still able to execute and to get through the game with a competent defensive game plan. And as of right now, they just cannot do that. And again, with the team that has as many issues that they have, they're just going to have to find, like, other routes to be successful. But overall, a win is a win, because you rather be mad about how you lost than be depressed about mad about how you won than as opposed to being depressed about how you lost, because that would have been a horrible loss, even as good as Austin Reeves never playing. But they're going to have to find something else. Michael Malone, again, is going to have to find something else. They're going to have to be able to lock in. They have another game versus the Wizards tomorrow. You get some energy, you recalibrate, you take off Sunday, then you get ready for the Golden State Warriors. Honestly, I would just, again, I don't know if they're going to do it, and especially don't know if Jokic is going to do it, but he needs to sit too. He clearly needs to sit, because that elbow is still full black. It's bruised. He needs to sit down. So it is what it is, y'all. They get the win. Swipa game. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know how time it is, fam. See y'all on the other side.